We begin with a major political development in South Sudan. In a giant step toward peace in a fractured nation, former rebel leader Riek Machar has been sworn in as the country's first vice president after agreeing to form a unity government with his longtime rival President Salva Kiir. Hopes are high that the move could end years of fighting in the country. President Kiir expressed optimism for the country's future at Saturday's swearing-in ceremony, even as analysts warn that South Sudan still faces huge challenges in achieving a long-lasting, durable peace, and rights groups are calling for steps to improve human rights. Kiir and Machar had repeatedly pushed back deadlines to form a unity government of national unity, a core component of a peace accord signed in 2018. The South Sudan civil war killed 400,000 people and triggered Africa's biggest refugee crisis since the 1994 Rwanda genocide. Now for more perspective on this story, I'm joined by John Tanza, managing editor of VOA South Sudan in Focus radio program. John, welcome back to Africa 54.
Thank you, Esther. It's always good to be here.
Yes. Now, there have been mixed reactions in South Sudan, with a lot of people expressing doubts that this unity will last. What are you hearing from analysts?
Well, it's true that there are mixed reactions. It depends on who you speak to. People who fled the country at the height of the conflict, the refugees and the IDPs, are watching this space with a lot of caution, because these are people who left their homes under gunfire. Some of them are saying we are yet to see if these people will really work together, because these are people who fought each other bitterly for 5 years.
So are there some issues that are still waiting to be resolved between Salva Kiir and Riek Machar?
The issue of security is paramount. The peace agreement specifies clearly that there ought to be a unified force to be deployed in the towns and specifically in Juba. Those forces were not deployed. They are still in the training camps. President Kiir, over the weekend, said he is going to be responsible for the security of Riek Machar and his delegation and the other opposition groups. But that is yet to be seen, because these are people who never trusted each other for the first time, and now they're in one room.
Okay, there's also, there's concern from President Kiir saying he was displeased about the reduction of states from 32 to 10. Is this an issue that is likely to come out again and probably cause some disunity between the two?
Well, to begin with, let's just say President Kiir surprised his supporters by reducing the number of states from 32 to 10. People in South Sudan don't know what happened. People are still wondering, why did he take that drastic step? But he came publicly and said he did that in the interest of peace. So the issue of the states, I don't think it will raise its head up again, because that was the demand of those who disagreed with Kiir. Machar's group and the other opposition groups were saying they want the state to return to 10. And now that the government is under 10 states, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But the issue of security is something to watch very keenly, because it's just like Machar took a leave from Juba and came back under the security of the government, not under what the agreement specified.
John, very quickly, what about the refugees that are scattered across the continent and elsewhere? When are they likely to return home?
You know, repatriation is voluntary. What is very crucial is for this government to convince the people outside that they are indeed serious about peace, they are indeed serious about development, they are indeed serious about reconciliation. Because people left out of bitterness, and you're not going to expect them to just come back and risk their lives. So this government has to show to the people outside that they are indeed serious about what they have been telling people over the weekend.
John, thank you so much for your
perspective. It's my pleasure to be here.
Right. John Tanza is managing editor of VOA South Sudan in Focus radio program.